Hello everyone, this is Kevin T. Rodriguez, film critic of iCritic.net, and let's talk about 3D movies and the state of the industry in terms of how 3D movies are produced and how they're sold to audiences. This is kind of an update of my MovieWizard.com rant $3 fee for the 3D glasses. A lot of that's going to be incorporated here because I think that information still applies. You can watch the original video, the link is below, but you know, that video comes from like 7-8 years ago, something like that. I was a little bit younger, a little bit more immature. So I'm ready to make that point again, only this time I'm willing to offer like some real genuine solutions. But let's start this off by talking about the 3D problem as it is, in the sense that 3D was just a fad. Like, no one really wanted it. It was just a way for Hollywood to charge an extra $3 for movies. And after Avatar, it pretty much went away, which I have to say I disagree with, because first of all, we still have quite a few 3D movies being released each year. The market is very healthy overseas, and the thing is, did 3D go away? Well, yes, but it went away and came back 3 times. So I think the thing is, people do want 3D movies. I think they want good 3D movies, but I think the way Hollywood is handling people's desire for 3D movies and what they're actually willing to pay and put up with for those 3D movies is wildly inconsistent and not in sync. And let me tell you why. A few years ago, when Frozen was out, I brought a friend to Frozen in 3D, and she had never seen a 3D movie before. She had not seen The Polar Express in 3D. She had not seen Avatar in 3D. She had not seen an IMAX 3D documentary. She'd never seen a 3D movie before, and she frankly had no interest in seeing a 3D movie. She was interested in seeing Frozen, but I insisted that we see the 3D version, and I insisted to the point where I picked up the movie ticket if she would see it in 3D. So for a free movie, 3D seemed like a good trade-off. Now, after the movie was over, I mean, first of all, she did love the movie, and I mean, I had seen the movie a couple times already by that point, and so I knew she would love the movie. But she loved it so much that she commented, "Wow, and the 3D, everything should be in 3D." Which at that point I kind of laughed and told her to calm down. It's like, well, you're saying that now because the 3D was especially good in this movie, but not everything does need to be in 3D. And it's true, not everything needs to be in 3D. Sometimes it calls for it, sometimes it doesn't. Kind of like how I honestly feel like sometimes a movie calls for color, but most of the time it frankly doesn't. I think black and white has way more charisma, and yet everything's in color. So, I mean, I didn't want 3D to become like color, where it was like every movie was using 3D to the extent where it just didn't mean anything anymore. But she admitted later on that after that initial good experience, she went to the movies a couple weeks later. I forgot what she was seeing, but she decided she was going to see it in 3D. Now, she likes to go to Cinemark on Tuesday because of the $5 Tuesday deal that is in Roseville, California. And when she went to buy the 3D ticket, that's when they informed her there would be a $3.50 surcharge, which would take that $5 ticket and make it $8.50. At that point, she kind of hesitated, thought about it, and decided to wait an extra 20 minutes for the 2D version because it was cheaper. And I think this has ultimately been 3D's biggest obstacle. For a once-in-a-while event film, you know, people didn't mind paying an extra few bucks for 3D if it really justified the use of it. But $3 to $4 extra is not exactly chump change, especially for the average family. Like, that can add significantly to the cost, especially if you're buying more than one ticket. And the problem became, once everything was in 3D, it was getting harder to justify seeing everything in 3D, and there'd be very little way to actually tell which ones were the true great 3D experiences and which ones were not the so great 3D experiences. The critics even started throwing all 3D under the bus as a way to justify raising ticket prices. In fact, I read a few critics comment How to Train Your Dragon, of all things, was pointless in 3D, and all it added was an additional $4 to ticket, which is totally ludicrous because anyone who saw that in 3D admitted that the 3D like really enhanced that movie. It really made it immersive, and the scenes of flight were that much bigger. But the bottom line is, it's still hard to justify an extra $4, especially when you're a family of 4. That can add $12 to $16 onto the ticket, which at $12 a ticket, you're already paying close to $50. So Hollywood's problem with 3D is not that people don't want to watch 3D, but that they don't want to pay extra for it. If you want any proof for that, all you have to do is look at IMAX, because with the exception of the Lego Batman movie recently, them showing it in like 2D in all but like I think 2 or 3 IMAXs in the nation. IMAX tickets, which are admittingly expensive as they are, do not cost any more when they are projected in 3D. So when people pay to see an IMAX movie, they expect it to be in 3D. And they don't mind if it's in 3D. If the IMAX ticket was going to cost an extra $2, then they would mind if it was in 3D. But since it doesn't, they want it to be in 3D. And that's why 3D movies still do very well in IMAX. Here's the thing. It made sense to charge extra money for 3D when movie theaters were upgrading their equipment and they needed to get projectors that could project the 3D, and they needed some return on that investment. Or when Hollywood was developing new 3D cameras that were costing millions of dollars, and that was factoring into the budget of some of these movies, they need to find a way to recoup that. 3D is at the point where every movie theater, even the dollar theaters, can project a 3D movie. And most digital cameras are capable of filming in native 3D. It just kind of depends how good it can do that. And upconversion has gotten way better and way cheaper. So tacking on this extra expense is largely unnecessary in terms of recouping the cost for either the theaters or the movie theaters. Now, some might actually point out, but 3D movies do have one disadvantage in the fact that you have to be provided glasses, and glasses cost money. And I agree. So the obvious solution to this is the solution that I offered several years ago, where when someone comes to see a 3D movie, you don't discourage them from seeing the 3D movie, but instead you would ask, do you have 3D glasses? And if the answer is yes, they pay the standard ticket price. If the answer is no, you charge them $3 and you give them the glasses. Now then, after the movie is over, when they ask you to recycle the glasses to be green, if you get your $3 back by recycling those glasses, then I think people would be way more interested in taking a chance on a 3D movie. And they're going to do one of two things. They are either going to recycle the glasses and get their $3 back. In fact, you could even put them in dispensary machines and find a use for those Sacagawea dollars and the presidential dollars that the government has been trying to make a big thing. This could maybe help actually make it a little bit more mainstream. You put the glasses in, you get $3 coins back, and you go on with your day. Or people might keep the glasses and save them for the next 3D movie, because here's the thing. They can return the glasses many times they want. Well, after they see 2 or 3 3D movies, they might find a pair of glasses that they actually really like, and they'll just keep them. And therefore, whenever they go to the theater, show the glasses, they pay the regular ticket price. That's all you need to do, and you would see 3D attendance go up dramatically. In fact, you could even probably sell specialty 3D glasses so that in case the standard plastic glasses don't work for most people, you can sell specialty 3D glasses that, like, for example, fit over people who wear glasses already. And they would want to keep those glasses, so because they might want to see 3D, but glasses on top of glasses are not always comfortable. But if IMAX could figure out how to do it properly, so can the regular theaters. Now, at this point, some people might say, well, that's all nice and good, but the thing is, I think the theaters and the movie companies would want you to keep the glasses. And if people are just returning the glasses all the time, what's the point of that? Because one of the big draws to investing in 3D in the first place was that there would be some extra money. Well, I do have a solution to that as well, and that is collectible glasses. This is a pair of glasses that came with The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. Nothing too fancy. They're just green and they have the movie logo on them, but they came with it. And these glasses did not get recycled that much. For that matter, when Star Wars Episode 7 came out, they sold 4 specialty 3D glasses, which I have to say, they are not near... They look a lot cooler than they are comfortable. Like, this might actually look really nerdy and stylish, but I hate to say it's not very comfortable. But the bottom line is, they sold these at the concession stand for like $5 each, and people bought them. They bought the whole set. I bought the whole set. And many of these kinds of glasses, they were winding up on eBay, selling for astronomical amounts of money. So they became collector's items. Now then, let's say for the movies that were true spectacles in 3D, you had these themed 3D glasses where it's like the same deal applied. If you brought your own pair, you didn't have to get the glasses. You just get the ticket at the standard price. Or you could buy the glasses and you could either return them and get your $3 back, or you can keep them. Well, when you have specialty themed glasses and they work with like the 3D TVs at home, I know they're kind of on the downward spiral, but they do work with most 3D TVs. People would probably be interested in keeping them. In fact, some people might even see the movie multiple times to try to get the whole set. So that would be a good way to discourage people from recycling the glasses, and then people get to keep their $3 or $4 upcharge. Of course, the main thing you got to do is you have to remember you got to make better 3D movies. I mean, again, not everything needs to be in 3D, but when you recognize that the 3D can be used for a good thing, you need to embrace it. I recently wrote an article on my blog, Save Blu-ray 3D, and you can read it below, where James Gunn, the director of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, tweeted recently that he really loved the way the IMAX 3D version of the movie was looking, and he encouraged people to see it in 3D. And there are many other artists that prefer 3D because they like how it makes their movies immersive. And the artists are going to use the tools. Hollywood just has to figure out how to make the versions of the movies they want the audiences to see acceptable, or accessible, I should say, in a way that is acceptable. And for the people that are saying that 3D never really contributed to anything critically to a movie, they're wrong. I mean, since 3D came back, they've actually been a staple at the Academy Awards, for example. Since 2009, which is when it really came back, there have been 72 pictures nominated for Best Picture. Of the 72, 8 of them were 3D movies. And at least a few of them, the 3D added so significantly to it, people actually, after they saw it in 3D, saw the 2D version, and they said, what happened? It doesn't look as good. Like, give me the 3D version back. And while none of them have actually won yet, like Gravity, Hugo, Mad Max Fury Road, and Life of Pi came awfully close to winning. It's really just a matter of time before a 3D movie wins Best Picture. And not only in the Best Picture category, but in other categories like Best Visual Effects, 3D movies pop up all the time. Best Animated Feature, most of the winners, I think over half of them, are in 3D. Even the Best Documentary Feature category has had a movie nominated that was shot in 3D and meant to be seen in 3D. And let me tell you, it was really hard to find the 3D version of that movie in cinemas. The thing is, 3D never really went away. It's not going to go away anytime soon. But it is making less and less money, and that's because Hollywood completely has mismanaged what people expect to pay for 3D versus what they actually want. I strongly believe that if 3D movies cost the same as a 2D movie, then the vast majority of people would see it in 3D. Why wouldn't they? It's an extra benefit, and it's cool, and sometimes it helps enhance the movie. They just don't like paying for it. So what Hollywood needs to do is they need to make better 3D movies. They need to lower the ticket prices, and if they have to add a surcharge for people who don't have glasses yet, they need to offer an option so that people can get that money back once they give the glasses back. And if they don't want people to give the glasses back, then they need to make 3D glasses that people don't want to give back. It's that simple. You do these things and the 3D market will take off again. It really will. Now, I don't know if the 3D TV market will take off again. I mean, I'll do a different video on that sometime because I do think that has its own unique set of problems and challenges. But in the movie theater world, it doesn't need to be this way. 3D can have a long, thriving, successful career. You just might have to expect a little less money. But hey, Hollywood, you're good at making money, right? Like I said, I just offered you one very simple solution. Maybe you can think of other reasons to convince people not to give the glasses back. I don't know. But I would like to see you rebound from this and actually learn a lesson. Or you can keep doing what you're doing, which is frankly contributing to the problem, not helping it. So anyway, what do you folks think? Do you agree, disagree? I would like to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.